So we're inside here, springtime in Wisconsin, Mount Street Yoga Center, to talk about the foot, and specifically to talk about an idea you may have heard before from your yoga teacher in your yoga classes, the idea of active foot. And the foot is a very intelligent place to start with regards to the yoga postures. So like a tree puts its roots into the soil to support the trunk, to support the branches, to support the leaves, same with the human body. How our feet contact the earth is going to set ourselves up. Do we have effortless, dynamic, high vitality posture? Or do we have poor posture? Or do we have to work and think and muscle ourselves around all the time in order to stand up straight? All that's determined by how the foot goes on the floor. So active foot is an intelligent place to start, but what we see is all over the map how yoga teachers define active foot. I'd like to take a few minutes here to talk about the biomechanics of the foot and where good posture truly comes from. So if we're going to summarize, where does the health of the foot, where does the healthy arch of the foot comes from? It comes from the plantar surface. It comes from the bottom of the foot. The tissues come wrapped all the way around, and the muscle bellies are actually behind your calf muscles. Those are the muscles that support the healthy arch. The muscles in the front of the foot here, the front of the leg, have little, if any, role in a healthy arch. So when I hear teachers define active feet by lifting the toes up, not for a moment can I argue, yes, that lifts the arch up. But it lifts the arch up from the wrong muscles. Supporting your arch from these muscles right here is going to have no relationship to the health of your arch when you go for a walk. It's going to have no bearing on the health of your arch when you go for a run. That lifting your arch up from the front of the leg right here, from the shin, creates the appearance of having an arch, but does not create the functionality of having an arch. Creating a healthy arch comes from how you put the toes on the floor, how you distribute the weight across the front of the foot, how you distribute the weight in the heels. So coming up on our feet, when you take the toes and lift the toes off the floor, as I mentioned previously, yes, it creates the appearance of having a healthy arch. But what it also does is it puts you way back on your heels. So that's no place to go for a run. That's no place to go for a walk from, is being this far back on your heels. So to come to a truly healthy arch, a functional healthy arch, you want to have the whole foot anchored to the floor. That includes all 10 toes. So still you can probably see the weight is significantly back on my heels. Not a very healthy, not a very athletic stance. So as I start to bring the weight more forward to the front of the foot, the ball of the foot is pressing into the floor quite deliberately. The 10 toes, far from being light on the floor, the 10 toes are solidly anchored, rooted to the floor. The heel, definitely the heel still on the floor, but it's just a little bit lighter than it was before. And so you may have noticed how, as a result, the pelvis moves ever so slightly forward. So what you'll see is that the pelvis ends up directly on top of the arch of the foot. That's using the finesse of the body. That's using the finesse of the arch of the foot to hold the body up. If I rock my weight way back, tense up the front of the foot, now I'm resting the weight of my body behind the arch. Not very efficient biomechanically. So as you learn your yoga poses, our definition of active feet in alignment yoga, 10 toes, not clenched, the 10 toes anchored, rooted to the floor. The ball of the foot, the weight evenly distributed, and pressing the front of the foot ever so slightly to start to lighten the heels. That engages the lower belly. That wakes up the pelvic floor. That sets the stage for healthy posture. So in summary, healthy posture with regards to the active foot. Active foot is what you do in the plantar surface of the foot. Active foot coming from the top and from the shin should more appropriately be called tense foot. So rather than having tense anxiety in the lower leg, active foot creating a healthier, more functional posture. So thanks for joining us on the Alignment Yoga blog. I hope this was interesting and illustrative for you. And please, if you get a chance, do comment and let us know how this integrates into your home practice. Namaste.